ArgusoogRadio.
This is John Waterman coming to you from deep inside the castle, and you're listening to the Waterman Files. And today we have a lot of information and updates, and I'm going to have Hans add Tobias, get Tobias on the phone there. Hans are on the line, and we're going to have Tobias added in so he can give us some announcements for the ground crew. Tobias has been real busy and helping us get things coordinated. And in the meantime, we're going to, till Hans gets Tobias on, we're going to have our guest for the third time, Eli James, and he's going to be on here, and he got a list of questions ahead of that, and I sent him some questions, so he'll be kind of covering and finalizing his stuff to find out what's going on with his thoughts and what's on his mind. Hey, Hans, can you connect Tobias? He's not on.
He needs Tobias' Skype name.
Oh, Tobias' Skype name, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slight oversight in the castle.
In the castle, yes, definitely in the.
Is it Frankenstein's castle by any chance?
Oh, his Skype name is this. Yeah, let me give it to you. There you go. Okay, we got him the Skype name, so you should be getting him on now. Tobias has been working on the John Chronicles, and let me add to the fact that I'm going to make an announcement. Next week, I'll be on my regular program doing a program. Eli will be back on on a regular basis, but we'll see if we can't make some other things happen that we'll talk about later. But I also wanted to mention that we're going to be needing some instructors for the communiversity. We have a platform through a university in Colorado. We'd like to have people that can teach garden classes, that can teach alternative energy or preparation and survival. Whatever you might have in mind that you would like to teach, why don't you write to us? And you can write to either community@mailvault.com, or you can write to me here at ArgusoogRadio, and that's Dr. John Waterman at Argusoog, ARGUSOOG, radio.org. So if you write to me, we'll try and see if we can't get you hooked up as an instructor. And that's coming up in April. So we've got that coming, and it's called the Communiversity. So we're going to be trying to help get lots of different practical information out to the community. And Tobias, when he gets on, is going to give you some more information about the community. Eli, Hans, have we got him on yet? How about, let's see here. Okay, give...
I could teach a course on how to avoid income taxes.
There you go. That'd be great.
But it wouldn't be a very good timing. It'd be after income taxes are due, right?
Oh well, it might give them something to think about for the next
right.
time. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Skype name is this. Hans, I'm going to give it to you one more time. CD. Let's see here. There you go. Yeah, you can't, Tobias, you're not going to be able to call in. He'll have to call you. Mm-hmm. We've got all these Skype windows open, so he'll block you from calling in. So if anybody's trying to call him, by the way. Mm-hmm. So he'll have to add you to the conference call, Tobias. There he is. He says he's getting ready to get you in. So just hang on there a second, and he's got your ID. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some classes, and this is a platform that's used much like what's called Blackboard for universities, like where I taught, and it gives total, complete interaction between the instructor and the student. It also allows documents to be downloaded and uploaded. You have a variety of formats that as an instructor you can use. You can video it. You can use PowerPoint slide presentations. Audio feeds are, of course, going to be your voice, and it's going to be live, and then it'll be podcast for the future. And they're willing to put all this up front as a offer so that the only way we have to pay for it, of course, is through charging a little bit for the classes. And they're willing to provide all this with the expectation of charging classes and making a percentage of that. So it costs absolutely nothing for you to get involved, absolutely nothing for us to get this started, and they're making this available because they happen to be very focused on putting together education with communities right now. Big push that they're doing out in Colorado. Tobias, why don't you give us an update before this was what I wanted to do anyway first, was to give us an update about what you've been doing.
Sure will. Well, we're back.
Yes, we're back.
Okay, we've been doing a lot of stuff on the John Chronicles, including, the community efforts. I mean, the John Chronicles seems to be expanding and growing like leaps and bounds every single week with more information that you can use for numerous different efforts. We've added a new page specifically for people looking for others and communities, and you can access that directly from the right-hand side of the John Chronicles by clicking on an image of, it looks like a group of ground crew gentlemen in blue uniforms. It'll go directly to that page. What you and I talked about last night was the fact that everyone is going to have the ability to leave information, contact information, or messages on our site directly as well. And we would urge people to use some caution with regard to security when they're putting information out for community. As always, we suggest using MailVault as one good example, just to ensure you're doing everything safely and the right way. There's been a lot of other things that we've been broaching on the John Chronicles lately. I know that you went through some of these things with talking with Carrie, actually. John, what else was there that we were going to go through?
Well, I think if you talked a little bit about that community page, you might tell what's on there. Isn't it grouped by area?
Yeah, it is. Actually, we've got some specialized information on groups that are more established at the beginning, and it may not be apparent when you go to the page directly, but you can hover your mouse over each area, and that will take you to an individual link for each specific section. With the specialized information, we have actually an Australia survivalist website with just a huge amount of information on it that I would really recommend. And along with that, we have the Texas Preparedness Group's website, which is a place for established and autonomous preparedness groups or mutual assistant groups, which they call MAGs, to establish communications with one another and conduct mutual training, combine purchasing power for the procurement of survival supplies, locate new members, and find common ground with other individuals seeking groups and community. With respect to what you just mentioned, John, we do have, besides the international area that I do expect is going to grow, considering that we have had a lot of people contact us and we've been in communication with from different areas, including New Zealand and Ireland and all over the place. So we do expect that to grow. But along with that, the United States ground crews are listed by area, starting from Alabama and going all the way down to Wyoming. So there's a link for each state there. Now, I would also like to remind everybody that the information is being updated live